Hi, it's me, Helen, here to unload a little bit more. This one I may have touched on a little bit throughout the other videos, but it's going to be 3 major illnesses with 2 different children. So we'll start with my 17-year-old. He was hospitalized in ICU for 3 days. He went in DKA, and that's how we discovered he was diabetic. When he was finally released from the hospital, we were told that in 2 weeks, both of us had to be at the class to fully learn and understand how to take care of our son properly. Because diabetes is a lot of work. So we go home, and my husband calls his boss, and at that time he was working offshore. Calls his boss and says, "You need to bring me to work ASAP." Now, he wasn't due to go back to work for a few weeks because he had just gotten home. And so he was able to be home for a few weeks. But no, he called and said, "You need to bring me back out ASAP." And the next day he left to go offshore, leaving me to go to the class by myself, and then my daughter went with me. And then we have my older boy. His appendix erupted, and he had to have surgery immediately. And my husband ran again, leaving me to have to take care of it by myself with all 4 of the kids. It's my son. I'll do what I have to and what I need to. Not because I'm his mother, but because I love him. I love all my kids. But he had to run instead of dealing with it. Then we're going to fast forward to when my 17-year-old attempted to take his life. Just hours ago, he was brought into the hospital, and they saved his life, thank God. But my husband, at this point, he had switched jobs from offshore to working bridge division for the state, which he still traveled. My son's in the hospital just hours after being brought in, and he looks at me and says, "I'm leaving town tomorrow morning for work. Oh, and I will be gone all next week as well." I said, No, you're not. You're not going anywhere. You're staying. Our son needs us. You're not going in. What am I supposed to do? Call your job and tell them it's a family emergency? So you're not running this time. Well, he was very angry with me because of that. And so, while he was at that hospital, my husband stayed overnight. I had not known that my son wanted me to stay. I just assumed he had told his father he wanted him to stay. Found out recently otherwise. And then when he got transported by paramedics to the mental hospital for a little while, my husband rode with him. Again, under the assumption that he wanted my husband with him. It wasn't until a few weeks ago, when my 17-year-old was talking to my husband. Yes, I have this on video, this conversation. And in that video conversation, he was saying to his father about how you always tell us if we need or want anything, we have to go to mom because you have no money. But yet you have money to buy alcohol. And he looked at my son and said, "Stay the F out of my business." And my son says, "Well, it is my business. This is my life. This is my health." And my husband decided to twist it around and throw in his face, who was at the hospital with you when you attempted suicide? And my son said, both of you? He said, yes, but who stayed at night? And who rode with you in the ambulance? And my son said, you did, but I told you I wanted my mom. And you didn't tell her. I wondered why my mom didn't stay or why my mom didn't go with me. It's because you never told her I wanted her. And he said, so it doesn't matter that I was there? He said, I wanted my mom. He forgot to mention to my son that he was planning on leaving the next day and was going to be gone all next week as well. Guess that didn't matter, right? Every time I was at work, both of the boys said that he was trying to turn them against me by bad-mouthing me and putting me down and telling them how I won't give him money to be able to provide food and things for them. And you ran away from all the situations that mattered. You put us all down. You wasn't there for any of us. I had to have a colonoscopy. He left town. He left town. I had to get somebody else to take me. It's a good thing I went. They found pileups. They found 2 pileups. Precancerous pileups. So it was a good thing I went. But he left town. So I guess that's 4 medical things. Just a little unloading, releasing some more negative energy, and moving on the healing process some more. Remember to keep moving forward. You are special, you are worthy, and plenty of people do love you. Until next time. Bye.